Welcome to Mike Ferry TV. It is the first week in December. What I want to do today, and I'm going to do this throughout the month of December, is take a very strong look at what we're going to do in 2016, as well as look at some of the reviews we have to check on to make sure 2016 is the best year ever. Now, I'm getting this question a lot. What are we expecting in terms of the economy for real estate in 2016? And the truth is, I don't have any kind of a magic wand, or I don't have a little crystal to rub to tell you the answer. We can always look at this. Before a national election, which we have coming up in 2016 in the U.S., the politicians are going to say whatever they have to say to make you feel good about yourself and feel good about them, so you vote for them. Or in essence, most politicians, you know the old joke, how do you know if a politician is not telling the truth? Their lips are moving. So we have to understand that there's going to be a lot of falsehoods promised in 2016 in anticipation of the election. But with that being said, we also have to understand that throughout most of North America during 2015, the inventory was not moving as quickly as it has been in the past. We've seen more homes come on the market. We've seen a little bit of a flattening of prices in most of the U.S. and Canada in 2015. Why? The economy is changing. Why does the economy change? Because we know that the real estate economy is very cyclical. High points, low points. It's been happening for 50 years. We've had 5 years of a very strong real estate economy in most of North America. 5 strong years, which means we're going to have an adjustment. Don't be surprised if we don't have an adjustment in 2016 in spite of the national election. With that being said, I've written down 3 words that we can focus on to make sure that 2016 is better. You've heard them 1,000 times from me. Let's hear them again. First is the word attitude. What attitude do you have towards the business? What attitude do you have towards the people you talk to? What attitude do you have towards what I'm teaching you to do? What attitude do you have towards the words mindset and skills? Attitude is nothing more than how you see people, situations, and things. Attitude is how you feel about people, situation, and things. It's always either positive or negative. There's no in between. There's no gray area. It's always black or white. The attitude you have as you start the year is going to determine the results you get. Second, of course, is the word approach. Are you taking a professional approach? Do people look at you and say, that is a professional salesperson? Do people look at you and say, that person knows what they're doing? That person is a real estate pro. The approach is everything from, are your nails clean? Is your hair combed? Obviously, is your shirt pressed? Are your shoes shined? To your handshake, to the smile on your face, to your enthusiasm, to what you say in each conversation you have. Then the third word, of course, is the word expectations. What are your expectations? See, I expect that each week when I do these with you, that you're going to do 100% of what I say. That's my expectation. I wouldn't go through the work and energy of doing it if I didn't think you're going to do what I say. I expect that people are going to keep watching and learning and producing. That's my expectation. What is your expectation for 2016? With that being said, the second thing I want to talk to you about today is this. We always know that there's an easier way to do business than what I teach, because there's always an easier way. And we know, God bless my competitors, and most of them are going to show you a magic answer, a magic formula, wave a magic wand over your head, give you a magic pill to take, and your life is suddenly going to be good. We also know, net, bottom line, deep down inside, it's a bunch of nonsense. There's no way to succeed at anything at a high level without putting in the energy, the time, and the effort. So therefore, what I want to talk to you about next becomes critical. I want you to carefully source 100% of your business from 2015. Where did every listing come from? Where did every sale come from? Source it carefully. And then I want you to write down 3 words. Buy, B-U-Y, okay, wait, W-A-I-T, or earn. All business comes from either buying it. I'm doing advertisings, I'm doing promotions, I'm putting ads in the paper, I'm doing bus benches. I'm trying to get people to see my name, call me, and buy or list with me. We buy business. We buy business through overpricing listings, cutting commissions. We're in essence buying business. We're doing mass mailings, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 mailings a month. We do a lot of things, what we deem under the word marketing or branding, which is buying business. How much of business in 2015 did you buy through some form? And look at that carefully. And do you want to do that again? And was your return on your investment as good as you thought it would be? The second word is the word wait. I don't get it. Why would you actually think that you can sit in the office, sit in your home, sit in your car, and people are going to magically call you? It doesn't even make sense. That's why, people say to me, well, Mike, should I hold open house on Sunday? Well, first of all, if you look at the real estate business, Sunday is the slowest day of the week. Holding open house is one of the slowest activities you can be involved in. Now we take the worst day, the worst activity, we put them together, and then we don't understand why we don't get good results. See, in an open house, we're waiting for somebody to come to us. Somebody says to you, a seller says, are you going to hold open house on my property? And you smile and say, no, may I tell you why? And the seller says, well, why? Well, first of all, if I'm going to hold open house on Sunday, it's proven to be the slowest day of the week. So I don't want to do that, and you don't want to be out of your home on that particular family day. But second, listen carefully. There's two ways to get a home sold. I can aggressively, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, go look for a buyer for your home. Or Sunday, I can passively wait in your home, hoping that somebody shows up. Would you prefer that I'm aggressively trying to find a buyer or passively waiting? Now, what do you think they're going to say every single time? Or the third thing is to go out and earn the business. Put together for yourself a plan for what you're going to do each day to earn business. With that being said, let's do what I call the cost of living exercise individually. Let's do it in the month of December to prepare ourselves for January 2015. Okay, here's the cost of living exercise. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write down as close as you can to the reality of what does it cost you and your family unit to operate financially per month. Now, if you're renting a little office space for your real estate business, you're involved in our coaching, you might have other expenses. Include those. What does it cost you and your family unit to live per month? Let's take an example. Let's say that you say, it costs me $5,000 a month to operate my life, to pay the rent or to pay the mortgage and to have the car and pay the insurance and put money aside for my kids. $5,000 a month is my cost of living. I say, great. Do you have B, any outside income? Does your spouse work? Do you have a couple of investment properties? Do you have alimony and child support? Maybe you have a trust fund. Okay, so let's say it costs you $5,000 a month. Your wife works and she makes $2,000 a month. Great, so now I have $5,000 first, $2,000 second. Third, I want you to then, for yourself, define the difference. In this case, it's $3,000 is the difference between your total cost of living and your spouse's income. But next, I want you to write down the amount of an average commission check. And let's say your average commission check is $10,000. Well, now watch carefully. We know that to go out and succeed at a high level requires personal motivation, the desire to accomplish. Now watch carefully. $5,000 is your cost of living, $2,000 outside income, minus $3,000 you have to create per month to live comfortably, but your average commission check is $10,000. Well, how many deals do you have to do and how often do you have to do them to pay your bills and to get by and be complacent? Well, at $3,000, if you do one deal every 3 months, your life is okay, which means you're going to do 4 or 5 deals in 2015. Is that what you want to accomplish? Is that as good as it gets? I mean, if that's all you're trying to do is be complacent, be apathetic, or in some cases I would say be pathetic in your production, why would you go through all the work to make that happen? Why not set some goals that are exciting, that motivates you, sit down with your family, talk about them, because why can't you do 24, 28, 30, 35 transactions next year? Why can't you do 50, 75, or 100? Other people are doing it. If you're coming to the production retreat in January in Las Vegas, we're going to have 500 people there doing more than 50 transactions a year. Most are doing closer to 100. See, what is limiting us is the fact that we're either trying to buy business or we're waiting for it to find us, and then we don't have the motivation, the desire to go out and do something exciting. Now, of course, people say to me all the time, okay, Mike, if I'm going to do 25 deals, how much prospecting do I have to do? And we have a relatively simple formula for that also. So let's write down the number 25. Next to that, I want you to write down how many transactions will come from your database, past clients, centers of influence, etc. So let's say that you say, well, Mike, I want to do 25 next year, and 12 will come from my database. Great, so now I have 25, then I have 12. I subtract 12 from 25, and I have the number 13. Here's the rule of thumb that if you follow it, you're going to succeed. You have to create 13 transactions that are not coming out of your database. All right, watch this. Talk to 13 people a day, 5 days a week for the year. I can almost guarantee that you're going to achieve your 25. It's almost a guarantee. You almost can't miss. I mean, even if you're not any good, if you talk to, this case, 13 people a day, you're going to succeed. Well, how much time does it take to talk to 13 people a day? You're going to invest, what, an hour and a half? You're working 40, 45, 50 hours a week. I'm going to ask you to invest, what, 7, 8 hours a week to create the revenue, to create the prospects, to get you to the goal you've set. What a small investment of time and energy. Now let's go back to this thought from last week. Mindset, skills, activities, and action. If you don't have the mindset, don't have the skills, aren't involved in the activities, taking action, it's not going to happen. Let's prepare in the month of December to make 2016 our best year ever. Watch, you're working for a good broker, you're in a good office, hopefully you have a good coach, you have a good mentor every week talking to you. Let's make it happen. If it doesn't happen, guess what? It's because you chose not to make it happen. Don't make the wrong choice. Talk to you next week.